When we arrived on this abandoned farm 3 years ago, we were met with 2 kitchen spaces which needed a fair bit of work.
It smells funny in there.
But this one's got these beautiful old stones, it's got these lovely kind of traditional Portuguese tiles. Basically emptied this entire house in half an hour. And the little stone house which we're renovating now became our first family home on this farm.
That's it.
In October of 2022, just after the birth of our second son Sawyer, John started work on converting the downstairs of the other house on the farm, which is our current home, into the beautiful kitchen we have today. This house is destined to be knocked down when we start the build of our forever home. So I can hear you ask, why don't you move the old kitchen into the new? Well, there's 2 reasons really. 1, the new space we have is tiny and really needs a bespoke approach. And 2, John's got an idea in his head, a bee in his bonnet, if you will. Having built the last kitchen with nothing but a handsaw, some nails and a pot of wood glue, he learnt a lot. And the creative in him wants to have another go, a chance to do it better.
That is amazing, are you pleased?
Yeah, I think everything's all right.
And to let the lessons from the last time guide this build. So let's get started and see where we end up. I, for one, am pretty excited.
could you hold that piece of wood for me?
Of course I can.
Just over the edge. Just while I chop it.
This little kitchen project is giving John and I the most amazing creative outlet because it's kind of a blank canvas and we can start from scratch and create something really, really beautiful. And at the end of the episode, I'll give you a little bit more insight into the kind of look and feel that we're going for, the colours we're thinking, so that you can start to visualise with us as we create this little space. But I wanted to take a quick break to say a massive thank you to a sponsor that the last time we worked with, you guys were so excited about, and I think you will be again. The sponsor of today's episode is Craftsy. Craftsy is an online community of like-minded creators, makers, anybody who enjoys learning new skills. They offer over 2,000 classes in 20 different categories, covering things like painting, crochet, knitting, cooking, drawing, baking, quilting, sewing. Honestly, the list is a tiny bit endless. There's step-by-step instructional videos that you can follow, there's courses that you can dive into, and it's all on your own time and at your own pace, which I am really, really loving. So here's the really exciting bit for you, but you gotta act quick because the first 1,000 people to use my unique link in the description below will get a premium membership to Craftsy for just $1.49 for an entire year.
$1.49.
An entire year.
Less than a cup of coffee.
Yep.
Less than a can of baked beans.
Yep.
Less than a bar of chocolate.
Yeah. So don't hang about. Be one of those first 1,000. Click on the link. And thanks so much, Craftsy. Love what you guys do.
Okay, this is going to be the kitchen sink cabinet.
Okay.
At least that's my ambition for it anyway. I've learned a lot from the kitchen that we built in the other house. And during this kitchen build, I'll be taking a whole bunch of measurements from the other kitchen. You remember last time I was building the kitchen, I built a couple of wrong size cabinets.
Especially the sink cabinet.
Yeah, 3 times I had to do that.
A little bit tight. That's a perfect fit, hey?
Yay! Give me a high five. Yes!
So we start off with the sink cabinet together today. Hello everybody, thank you very much for joining us today. It's been a quiet start to this episode, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has, yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Beavering away.
Beavering away. We are moving on to building a kitchen in our stone house here. And of course, this stone house right here, this is going to be a permanent feature in our entire project. The house on the right-hand side over here, we're going to knock that one down and we'll be building a stone house, a traditional stone house, approximately 250, 300 square meters, out of reclaimed stone that has been used for other buildings. But that's a project that we're still waiting for permits for. For now, we're renovating this house over here. And the reason why we're doing that is we need somewhere to live whilst we're building our forever home over here. So we've put an extension up. We are still working in that extension. We're working on windows at the moment. We're working on paint colours. We're working on skirting boards. But we are in a hurry, so we want to get started with building a kitchen over this side, and that's what we're doing today.
Because this is one of those projects that's going to kind of really make the space come to life. As I said at the very beginning of this video, it's a really tiny space, so it's a big challenge, I think, to try and come up with clever ways to get everything we need and want into that kitchen, into that space, without making it feel overcrowded, cramped, or inadequate, because we're going to probably be living in there for 2 or 3 years.
Thanks very much to everybody in the last episode who left some really inspiring comments about how we could make best use of the space. One person reminded us that we lived in a tiny van once upon a time.
Yeah.
And to take some inspiration from the way we built that. And I'm like, well, both of those vans that we built were pretty cool with the slide out drawers and
stuff.
Yeah.
So we've had a chat this weekend. We've got some really fun plans, some really cool ideas for ways to maximize space, to kind of tap into that whole tiny house living vibe and make it usable.
IKEA, eat your heart out. And finally, before I carry on with the build, just to say, the ambition for this kitchen is that we recycle parts of the old kitchen that I spent so much time building, and we are going to be hopefully spending no more than, say, 500 euros. So far I've spent 280 euros on wood and other bits and pieces, sandpaper, glue, stuff like that. we'll keep a running tally of it, but I'm hoping that we're going to be pretty cool with the spend on that. Why am I building a kitchen again? Why don't I just take the old kitchen out and rebuild? Well, it's going to be a €500 spend. I really like building stuff out of wood. And I think I can do a better kitchen, a better job than the last kitchen that I built. Even though I'm pretty pleased with it and it's done as well, I think this one can be even better. So
also, there's the fact that this is going to be a permanent house. It's going to be our guest house, and that kitchen is so tiny and such a funky shape. It has to be kind of bespoke fitted. I think if you were trying to retrospectively fit that kitchen into here, you would end up with like a kind of half workable solution, which just isn't practical when it comes to longevity. So we will find a use for it. Maybe we'll sell it. I don't know. We'll find a use for it. It's not going to go to waste. Don't panic.
Yeah.
But I think this is the best idea, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm looking forward to the build. So I hope you guys enjoy it too. Whilst we're building the kitchen, of course, we're going to be doing other projects in the house, so we'll keep you updated with that. If you've got any questions or you've missed an episode about how the project is going, let us know in the comments below. We will get straight back to you, and we're doing our best to reply to comments, but quite a lot coming in at the moment. It takes a while to reply to everybody. But any questions, let us know. Leave them in the comments below.
Let's stop chatting now. Let's go.
All right. Okay.
Looks like a sink cabinet, darling.
So I got a piece of wood that's about 1 millimeter too short.
Right, so while John's busy in the kitchen, I am going to carry on trying to get the extension. Well, just keep that project moving forward because there are still bits and pieces to do, and they're mainly to do with things like painting and fixing, which I can do. So I'm going to be helpful in some way. I've got some primer here, which I'm going to get onto the window frames. And when I've done that, maybe we can get down to the kitchen and start having a play around with some colour down there and see what we can come up with. Right. So we're going to start with this one. I think we mentioned, maybe it was last episode, we've had some family staying who used this house to its full potential. It was so lovely. We had the 2 teenage boys sleeping in here, and then mum, dad and the little girl Sophie in the bedroom, and they just had so much space. It was so nice, and it was really nice to kind of put this room together a little bit, you know, and start to get a feel for what it's going to be like when we live in here. One of the other things we've got to do is decide what colour to put on these walls. I don't actually have any strong feelings right now. Nothing's kind of come to me, so think about it while I'm painting, because we need to paint the window frames and the walls and kind of get some colour through here. It makes such a difference in a house because colour kind of brings it to life, and it was so exciting to see the bedroom sort of change, you know, once we put the colour on the wall. Right, let's get painting. The other thing we can't really decide is whether or not to put curtains or blinds on these windows. We definitely need to do something, and we did look at curtains, but I can't decide if I want like a plain curtain or a patterned curtain. John really loves bold curtains and kind of, you know, pushing the limits as far as design is concerned, whereas I'm a lot more conservative and really would just love some kind of plain floaty linen curtains. So we'll see what we decide on between us. We always seem to find a happy medium, so it all works out all right in the end. I am actually very excited to move into this house. The other house has been so good to us and has been an amazing family home for the time that we've needed it, but it's definitely coming to the point where there's things that need to be fixed, but there's no time or budget to fix it. I mean, there is, but it just doesn't, it's not the priority, right? So it's things like annoying plumbing problems, like a leaking sink and blocked pipes and stuff like that that are not like insurmountable, we can live with it, but they're annoying. We also have a mouse problem in the kitchen, which is driving me crazy. No amount of traps is catching them. They've kind of foxed us out now, and they've worked out how the traps work. So we're trying to use the humane trap so that we don't kill them and we can then release them to live a happy life. But anyway, it means that we're not catching them, and it's really doing my head in. So I am very excited. I know it seems extreme to knock a house down because there's a few mice. It's not the reason, but I won't be sad when we can kind of move into a clean slate, if you will. You know, come into a new house that we've just finished building together, and it's all beautiful and working nicely with a brand new septic tank and new plumbing system and new electrics. And we have been living with old buildings and old plumbing and old electrics, and it will just feel really lovely to be coming into something new. So as soon as we get that planning permission, we want to be able to hit the go button, move the oven and the stove and the sink and all the things that are coming across from that other kitchen into here, and move, even if we're not knocking buildings down just yet, because it's also important to us that the boys know that this is home before that home disappears, because I think they're going to find it quite kind of, I don't know, tough to process, you know. So the hearts need to be settled here before the heads watch that one disappear. Right, first one done. Let's go to the next one. What I really love about these windows is as I'm setting up those shots, you can really get an appreciation for the view through them. They're like picture windows, you know, we can kind of, they frame the views they have from them so beautifully, and we're so lucky that the views we have from them are so amazing. That one looking out over the mountains, and this one out towards the beautiful little tiny house. It's just magic. How you doing, though?
Hello, my darling.
How you doing?
Editing.
Editing. Can you check my paint jobs? I never know with timer.
Yeah, it's fine. What colour are you thinking?
I'm not sure. What colours are you thinking? Green. I always go to green because I love green, and everything else is green.
So we've got a mushroomy colour coming through
love it.
Well, I mean, it was like an olive mushroom colour
Yeah.
coming through the hallway in the bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to keep that earthy colour coming through.
Do you know what colour I love of Pharaoh and balls that is really nice for rooms like this? It's that elephant's breath. It's like a grey, mushroomy grey.
Can I say right now, I really like colour.
Okay, so you want to go bold.
But no. But
Yellow.
I'm just not keen on all the names that come along with it. Elephant's breath. Elephant's breath. Do you know what conjures up in my mind when you say the word elephant's breath?
A strong odour.
A very strong odour of like gnarly
Chewed grass.
Yeah, chewed grass and bad breath. I don't want to look at my walls and go bad breath every time.
Right.
So elephant's breath. You know,
Not a fan?
I know what the person who thought of that name was trying to do. They were trying to like conjure up this idea of safari and like the mist through the savannas. No, is all I can say to that. No, elephant's
Walk
breath.
straight past. Don't move, John.
I'm not gonna.
He's going to sniff us and he's going to move straight past us. He knows we're here and he's coming to our space. That's a big elephant.
You know?
Well, the good news is we can't get it here anyway, so we would just get a version of it, which would be called E754321.
No, but the colour codes in Portugal seem to be different from the colour codings in other parts of the world,
Okay.
which is a shame.
I actually got me distracted. I forgot I wasn't meant to paint that. We said it doesn't matter if it was meant.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. So, what are you thinking? Pink? Yellow? Blue?
I definitely want it to be a little bit braver with colour. Hey, do you know what we should do? Two places I really love the design in, and that was Blenmans in Zimbabwe, where your auntie and uncle live. They've got a beautiful house, and very, very well designed. And the other place where we went to quite recently, which was Chris and Sue's B&B.
Blaisdon House. That was lovely, isn't it? And they've been very brave with colour.
They have been very brave
We
with
should
colour.
just text Chris and Sue and ask them what they would do.
So let's have a look at what Blaisdon does, so they might be able to give us a couple of tips on colour. What do you think?
I think it's a great idea.
All right. Let's do that soon, because I'd love to get paint on that.
Yeah, me too.
Quite similar. Okay, well, I was in the middle of something.
Right. I've got my little helper here. Hey, you gonna help Mummy paint?
Yeah!
Yeah. And so this is what we've got. It's a Pharaoh and Ball number 30, Hague blue in a modern eggshell finish.
Nice.
Nice. And we think it's going to be perfect, don't we, Crusoe?
Yeah.
Let's give it a good shake.
Alright. Let's do this. I want to see inside now.
You're excited? What do you think of this colour, Crusoe?
Green.
Whoa, it's kind of green, but it's a bit more of a dark blue.
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 Please paint.
Wait. This is really important that you listen to Mummy.
Yeah.
Okay? I know you're very excited. Right, come down here.
Yeah.
Just wait a second. Don't touch anything, alright?
Not touch everything.
Well done. Such a good boy.
Now I can paint.
Okay, wait. Let Mummy mix it a bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Still needs a good mix, this does.
I can smell it.
Can you smell it? What does it smell like?
Smell like blue.
Smells like blue.
Please.
Okay, hang on. Let Mummy get most of the paint off. Now, where you're going to paint, Crusoe, is here, okay?
Yeah.
Only here. ready? Well done. Try to do it neatly and slowly. That's it. Okay, whoa, don't get carried away. Only here. So what do you think of that colour? Is it a nice colour?
Yep.
Okay, can Mummy do a bit, please? I'd like to have a turn. So now what we're going to do is we're going to look at it, Crusoe, and we're going to decide, is this a good colour for our new kitchen?
You touch this and no.
You can touch, don't touch the wet paper because you'll get it on your fingers.
This?
Oh, I can't stop now, it's so beautiful. It's like, what a lovely, lovely colour.
Please do have it on.
Okay, I think that's enough now. Okay,
What about outside?
and just that side, because all we want to do is check the colour.
And what should I now?
That's it, we're done. Now, what we've got to do, Crusoe, is stand back here and look at that colour against those tiles and think, does that work?
No.
No, hey?
Yeah.
I don't think you're necessarily wrong, buddy. Hey?
Maybe it's not good colour.
Not a good colour, what other colour would you do?
I'm gonna paint here.
So you just want to paint more, do you?
Yeah.
I think it's a good colour, buddy.
I'm gonna paint more here.
It's quite difficult. I can see that the screen isn't really picking it up properly. No, my boy.
I'm gonna paint.
But you can kind of, I'm going to put you at a weird angle so you can get both. There you go, I'll straighten you up again. Anyway, I'll ask John what he thinks and we'll go from there, but we'll keep you posted. If anyone's got any thoughts or suggestions, you know we're all ears, especially at this point in the project when it's all brand new and we're just getting started. You guys can really help guide what we do and we're so grateful to have access to so much wisdom. So please don't hold back. We would be super, super duper grateful. But I think that's probably it for today. We'll see you guys next time when we carry on with this. We'll probably have more than one cabinet in and it's all going to start looking super duper exciting. So thank you so much as always for being with us. Remember, hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. It's completely free and it massively helps to support our channel. If you haven't tried to click on that crafty link yet, do it. Be one of those first 1,000 people to get that mega deal. And we will see you next time. Thanks, folks. Take care. And remember, be brave. Think big.